Good morning, Market Chameleons. Everyone joining for the first time, thanks for coming by and checking out our Market Chameleon live webinar series. Before we get started, let's take a look at the shared disclaimer. Please be aware that neither Market Chameleon, Dimitri, or myself are registered investment advisors or a broker dealer. If you're searching for investment advice, please reach out to a licensed professional. This webinar, as all our webinars and shows, are for informational purposes only concerning Market Chameleon tools and products. With that, one last look at the disclaimer, and let's welcome Dimitri Pargamonik to the stage, who'll be discussing chart and implied volatility skew across expiration months. How you doing this morning, D?
Good morning, Will. How are you?
Great. Let me share your screen. All right, and there's the Market Chameleon landing page, and we're off.
Good morning, everyone. And what we'll do today is take a look at a implied volatility chart within the expiration, so we could see the differences or how the implied volatility skew looks like visually or graphically. So let's use Google in our example. I'm going to type in the symbol GOOG for Google, and then hit enter. That takes us to Google's main summary page. On the left-hand side, we're going to go under the menu. We're going to click on volatility and then click on skew. And this will bring us to a page that analyzes implied volatility skew for Google. I'm going to click on this menu to minimize it, expand our screen. And up top, we have these different menu items. And what we're going to do is let's click on IV Smile Graph. And this takes us to a page that shows us the implied volatility. We have two lines here. The implied volatility of Google for the specific month that you have selected over here to the right. So right now it's on March 13th, but let's say we change it to something like April 10th or June 18th. That will change the graph. Let's go back to March 13th. And what we see here are two lines. One, the blue line over here shows us the implied volatility for each of the strikes below. Okay, so you could see the skew as you go lower in strikes, the implied volatility increases. As you go higher in strikes, the implied volatility decreases, which is that is kind of a typical skew for a lot of stocks. Just like the SPY, where you see the volatility expectations increase if the stock starts decreasing, going to lower strikes, and if the stock is expected to increase, the volatility is also expected to decline or move more steadily, going up than down. At the same time, we see this other line, and that's the red line. And the red line shows us what the implied volatility was the day before for each of these strikes. So here we could change that. But here we see a shift in the implied volatility. So what happened was, if we look at the blue line shifted down in the higher strikes. Okay, so what happened was that the implied vol on the higher strikes, so right here, this line here tells us where Google is currently. So we could see that as we go up in strikes, the blue line is below that red line. It shifted lower. That means that the markets, sold or moved those implied vols down from the previous day. At the same time, the shift on the down strikes shifted higher. So what happened was that the skew shifted, made it more dominant to the downside, right? So it kind of sloped, that slope shifted where now we move faster to the upside in implied vol and slower to faster to the downside, down strikes, and slower on the up strikes in the implied volatility, right? So it's shifting down faster and up faster, okay? And that's how that implied vol skew changed on the day. Okay, so kind of like if we imagine there are trades, the trades probably sold upside, bought downside. We could also go back more days to see how was it. Right now that's from the previous day, but we could go back a few days, so we could see now this is how it looked, like 5 days ago. So you could see here that in the last 5 days, actually, it looks like the upside kept shifting lower, right? And downside kept shifting higher. Just looking through here, what we could do is just kind of even play back like this. Well, that's from March 6th. That's from March 5th, March 4th. So we could see how it progressed over time, right? So that's the red line. The red line is, the blue line is the current line. The red line is changing days. Okay. So how it evolved over time. Now we could do the same thing for these other expiration months. Like we could go to May 15th and kind of play back to see how that red line compared historically to the current line. Right. So you could see we're currently, the downside is above that historical. So right now, comparing it to all the previous days, that we're higher on that downside and lower on the upside. Okay, so that's how you would play back. What if we wanted to compare across expirations? So that's within the same expiration, comparing it to the historical, how that line evolved over time, or the implied volatility skew evolved over time within the same expiration. Now we could go back and compare expirations. So I'm going to click on this. And here we have 3 lines. And as you can see, it's defaulted to just 3 different expirations, so you kind of get an example. But let's remove this one. Let's look at 2. Okay, so now I'm looking at implied volatility for 2 separate expirations, April 17th and May 15th, 2026. So the May 15th is this yellow line. I'm sorry, April 17th is this yellow line. May 15th is this purple line. So we could see here, if we just compared it strike versus strike, that the differences from the higher strikes are wider than they are, and then they start narrowing as we go to the lower strikes. So widening out as we go higher in strikes. We could also normalize it to delta. So here, these are different strikes, but with different strikes, the right now, what it doesn't account for is that time, the time variable, right? So when you have different strikes across different times, you're going to have a different delta, because the probability of it reaching, a certain point over time increases. And then you have this cost of carry that also is different between April 17th and May 15th. So what if we normalized it to the delta of the option, right? And then compared delta versus delta, like a 25 delta versus a 25 delta call. So we could come down here and switch it. Instead of looking at it by strike, we could look at it by delta. So now when we switch that, the differences don't look as extreme, where they're widening out on one end and narrowing down on the other. It still, looks like it's wider on the upside than the downside, but not as drastic, right? So now when we're doing it by delta, it makes a little bit, it's a little bit more uniform. We could add a third one, like say, we wanted to do a further out one. We could compare that and see how the implied vols. Actually, when you have 3, it becomes, let's do something like that. It's easier to, you have 2 to kind of visualize. So you see here, even by delta, as we go out further out, right, further out in time, this upside keeps widening out between the shorter term and longer term, and narrower on the downside. Okay, so what it's kind of looking at, just looking at this, is saying that, well, if we continue up, right, if we can continue up as we get closer and closer to expiration, this downside is falling, giving it more certainty, that it'll go up slower, and this could be compensating for more of an unexpected up move as you go out further in time. So, well, I'm going to stop there. Just wanted to kind of concentrate on these 2 tabs for today.
That was another great webinar, D. Thanks for bringing that to the Chameleon community. And you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow, my friend.
Right. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Stay safe, and hope to see you tomorrow.
We'll see you later, D. Bye. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining another Market Chameleon webinar, Charted Implied Volatility Skew Across Expiration Months by Dimitri this morning. Great job, as always, and thanks to Dimitri for bringing these to the Chameleon community. Everyone have a great trading day. Remember to like us, thumbs up, follow us on YouTube and all the social platforms. Everyone have a great, safe trading day, and I will see you tomorrow morning, hopefully. Bye-bye.